The next step after you import the stylization is to stylize all the remaining elements of the scene. Now, because this scene has been through a lot of artists and people that have tweaked it already, it can be that it's not really clean to work with. So for example, if I come here, you will see that there's still the entire construction history of this element. So let's get that cleaned up first, and then we're gonna start preparing the objects for stylization. So here I'm gonna be deleting the history. So that's clean now, and everything seems to be in order here. Something that I realized when I was working on this is that all of these plants here, all this rice is somehow connected to each other. So this could present problems later on. Let's hope it doesn't. So let's get started. Now, because there's so many elements in the scene, you want to be as fast as possible when prepping, and MNPRX offers you the tools to do so. So once you click here on the MPre, the material presets will appear. Now, because these elements are already textured, you can use the texture preset here to basically load an MNPRX material and migrate the texture to the new MNPRX material. So we're gonna do this for this material as well. We're gonna do this for the stone. There we go. And I think the rest doesn't really have a texture anymore. Let's see. Yeah, this is just plain color. For these ones here, these are also plain color. So now, oh wait, this guy might have a texture. Let's check it out. And it has a texture, so let's load up a textured material preset. There we go. All right, so if we now switch to MNPRX, you're gonna see a lot of it already with materials that you can showcase, basically. Let's click back to viewport 2.0. However, this one, for example, doesn't have it, still based on the normal Lambert. So if we were to take each individual object and stylize that, it's gonna take a while just to prep it with material presets. So the tool, thankfully, is powerful enough so that if multiple objects are sharing the material, if you prepare one of it, or if you load a preset for one, the remaining ones will be loaded as well. So if you want to avoid this behavior, and let's say all of them are sharing the same material, but you only want to load a new material on this one, you need to tick here the create new material option. All right, otherwise it will basically replace the current material, and every other element that also has this material assigned will also have the new preset. So keep that in mind. So all these grass has the preset now. Now let's see for this grass here. And we're gonna load up here some IDs just to differentiate them. And this might, yep, there we go. Let's do this an ID of green. By the way, they're the same material, it's just different parameters that make it look differently. And we have, I think we still have one here, yes. These guys don't have an MNPRX material, so these are gonna be red. And there we go. Now, as you can probably notice right now, the scene is becoming quite heavy, and that is because basically the MNPRX material doesn't handle very well when there's a lot of instances of objects. So a lot of basically single elements. So what we can do in order to speed up is to combine them, combine the meshes. So if we come here, I selected this guy, you see there's a lot of grass planes, and we're gonna combine them into one. There we go. We go to mesh, combine. All right, and once the history has been deleted, we have all these empty groups here, which we can delete. And now this is all one mesh, and the performance will be substantially faster as well. So let's do the same with these guys here. So this is a lot of planes again, a couple of thousand of planes. Where are these ones? Oh, okay, they're over here. So in this case, where they're in many different places, where the geometry is in many different places, it's easier to just grab one of them, and then if you right click here, you can select all the objects with the material. Once you do that, you're selecting the entire geo, and then we can do the same. We can go to mesh and then hit combine. Once the mesh is combined, the same procedure, we go and delete by type, history, and there we go. We have now two planes here. This is, I'll just call this something generic, GS1, and bushes 1. All right. So now that we have that, I think, as you can see, everything's very responsive again. We should take care probably also of the dust. There's these mesh dust particles, and because they are also geometry, then they can be stylized as well. So let's give them a basic watercolor material. And there we have it. Now these are small watercolor material particles. So I think we are done with prepping the scene. Let's check out how they look. This is how they look in MNPRX right now. So everything now has an MNPRX material, and we can start the actual stylization process.